Oh, hello. After all of this FanFest Vegas drama, you may be thinking, hey, isn't this supposed to be a well thought out and organized event where I could be able to do everything without being stressed out as hell? Or something along the lines of, this is my first con. This is my first FanFest. I know it'll be my last. How can I possibly be able to survive it? Well, just in case if Square Enix decided to choose the same third-party staff or worse, here's some good old tips and tricks Here's some good old tips and tricks to help you survive your own FanFest in London. Or Japan if it even happens. The layout obviously may not be the same like other venues, though know that this is an example for you to know what may be happening. The description and pinned comments will have timestamps, so if you're looking for something specific, you may want to check over there. Now, onto the con tips. On registration day, you should pay attention to the venue. Plan your routes, know a bit of the con floor if you can, like how to get in and out of the venue, where to stop for pickup and drop off, etc. Try and find where you can get resources and services at the con if possible, places where you can retreat to if you're not good with large crowds, and talk to some other people online if you would like to, and trade some cards. Smell the roses and build some hype up with the people. You should also join the Discord that has a bunch of other Warrior of Lights attending the FanFest. I would recommend the Final Fantasy XIV Reddit Discord. Not only will you be able to build up hype, chat with others, and see the highlights of their days, you can also be able to send and receive word-of-mouth updates of the con faster than any staff or app can. See how foot traffic is, if anything has run out in the merch, if any lines have been capped, or if hell may be coming or not. Communications between others is a valuable tool. ADA people should get the wristbands for yourself or for your helper on registration day. Have a talk with staff. See how the process will work, ask questions for your needs, and talk with other staff around the venue if you can be able to enforce your rights and assistance for events and seating. Know that ADA has a separate entrance line and seating aside from the general admissions for your assistance. Cosplayers. You should get your costumes and weapons checked on registration day. The sooner the better it is, so that you may not run into any problems with venue security. If you have been selected for the cosplay walk on day 1, check your emails. Some people didn't know that they had to validate an extra email until the day of and miss the walk. So check your emails for extra validation that Square Enix requires you to do before you can even start the cosplay walk on day 1. Bag contents. Carry only the essentials in your FanFest bag. You won't get much space in your FanFest bag for other items. You can technically bring other bags so long as it's about the same size specs as the FanFest bag by 11 by 8 by 4 inches. But it's still better to get the minimum amount of stuff for you to hold throughout the day. You should also invest in a good Hydro Flask water bottle. Not a small 16-ounce Hydro Flask, a big one, like about or around a liter. You'll need it for the day as you're big adult people with big appetites for water. It will happen, so stay hydrated. That has been your water reminder. After registration, go back to your room and get a good night's sleep for the days ahead. And it's time for day 1. Wake up early and get there early before or around dawns for the doors. If you're like 6 to 6:30 a.m. is okay, they're arriving around the door opening times of 7 a.m. is a little bit close, as you'll be likely waiting outside of the con venue for a good bit. If you want even more leeway for your day, you can go ahead and start lining up around 3 to 4 a.m. to guarantee a good seat in the center, or maybe even be able to get a merch ticket. If it has to happen, hassle with the staff about the rules. It may be a flip of the coin if you'll lose your essentials or not, so if it comes to that, you will have to fight for it. It's your rights and the Square Enix policies that have been enforced, so you won't be a jerk for getting your necessary item of medication, water bottles, or asking for reasonable searches to be done. As for seating, if you're going to hassle for it, start saving your group seat from the beginning of the keynote. Likely there will be more seats open throughout day 1. But you can go ahead and save your own seat if you really want to do so for the piano concert. Around the second to last panel would be good timing for you to head over to a seat. At the morning of for day 1, you can only do merch or battle preview if you need to. There is no both ways, one or the other, as merch will pretty much run out by the end of the first day. Else, you can afford to wait in the first day in the standby or pass line for battle preview. Don't worry too much about missing panels. Around the main floors are projectors playing all of the event's days and blasting audio throughout, so you won't be able to miss it no matter where you are around the con floor. Games and activities. You can try and do them around midday as most of the crowd dies down, around opening keynote time, or throughout day 2. During day 2, everyone will be burned out and most people will have been done with it. Depending if rules are enforced due to crowd, You can skip the game badge requirements altogether on day 2 and just go for the prize redemption for your poster and RNG sticker. Also know that you can be able to redeem it multiple times as there's no cap limit on prize redemption as well. As for day 2, you'll want to save your seat for the entire day if you'd like to. Before the PRIMALS concert, the main amount of rock concert seating that'll be staying is the mid and end sections. If you need seats, go for the mid and end section seatings. The front sections will now be removed to make a pit. If you want to have a chance for the front pits, it'll be a free-for-all. Hover around the general area after the last panel ends, and try to work around the venue staff as they set up barriers. You'll be moving back and forth, so it'll be likely random if you can even save your standing spot in the pit. So know your results for the pit viewing will vary greatly. For you ADA people in the rock concert, if this same problem happens again, I would recommend you skip the ADA mid seating and go for different seating at least 3 to 4 rows away from the edge of the pit. Why? Well, staff doesn't like to make things good for y'all, which is really sad considering it's your fucking right to have assistance for events. Also, bring your own LED light or glow stick for the day 2 concert. They will not supply you with one, and if you really want to jam out with us hardcore parkours, then supply your own glow sticks. And possibly a face towel, since you'll be popping and jamming to Brit Justice all over again. The Warrior of Light whiteboard. Please try to keep your drawings to a minimum. I know the ballpoint markers are a bit limiting, but try to not draw too big as people will still need to write their character names on it. If you have stickers for the love of Hydaelyn, don't put them on the whiteboard. Put them off to the side of the support beam. If you have any shikichis, you can put them on the floor for other Warrior of Lights to sign on if the whiteboard doesn't have any space. So hopefully it may not come to it. Artists, got art stuff you want to trade and meet up with other artists or people? Just like in-game, you can go to the endgame hub area of Razadans. In the lounge area, you can trade your art stuff, have a bit of a cooldown, or chat with others in the themed area. Golden tickets. No golden ticket for autographs or pictures? No problem, just camp it out around the staff areas. You can wait around the stage exit after panels for photos or autographs with other staff members. If you have studied the venue and know the staff walkways outside of the main event floor, then you can even camp out there as well. One dude got all of the staff to sign their FF14 guitar that way, so why not camp around there? Influencers. Do you want to meet influencers? You gotta hang outside the con event area away from the main floors. Often they'll be visible away from the main events, so check around the outside areas where they'll most likely be. Sometimes they're inside, but by my own ethics, if they're doing something, leave them alone until a panel break or afterwards. Yes, it wouldn't be too much of an inconvenience for them to do something quick, but I still consider the time and place for it all. Just be professional as they are and don't be a dick. And a side note for orchestra attendees. While there is no dress code for the event, please be respectful of the song being played and retain full silence until the conductor puts their arms down. The same should be said as the song is about to be played as well, retaining silence throughout. Don't make any comments or fake emotions during play, as this is extremely rude, mind you. Walking along the aisles during play is also a rude manner, so try and leave or make your way to your seat in between songs. Oh, and I highly recommend you to bring tissues. For your tears, dang it. You will need it if this game has a great place in your heart, and if you have a great appreciation of the arts. And to really hammer it in, this is an orchestra concert, not a rock concert. Let me say this again. This is an orchestra concert, not a rock concert. So please have some ethics. And congratulations, you have survived FanFest with a slightly tightened wristband, a fulfilled thirst, and sore feet. In order for you to loosen that wristband of yours, you'll have to look for the key. Or just cut it out, whatever floats your boat. Hopefully you have gotten value of the con, meeting your static, free company, or others. And here's to hoping that you can have some good memories about the con, despite most of us from Vegas suffering from it. Enjoy your orchestra if you got tickets, and have a good, safe trek back home, people.